And we are thrilled to be up here in Gladstone this morning on a Friday on KCMO Talk Radio. We're going to get an update, by the way, from Chief Ferris coming up here just after the bottom of the hour. Since, for the first time in 7 years, they've got an officer-involved shooting, and it just happens to be the day that we're up here. So we'll get the live update from him in just a few minutes. But want to welcome on and say good morning to Terry Megli. He's the Executive Director, CEO at the City Union Mission here in town. They do an outstanding job, homeless shelter, evangelical-based. Had the opportunity to stop by there the other day and just see what they've got going on. Terry, good morning. When you've got this record kind of heat, how much more work is on your plate there at City Union Mission?
Well, it does put extra stress on our staff and our facilities, but we got a phenomenal group of staff that just step up and welcome people when they come in our door. But we do see a significant need in, water bottles and, things that we need to continue to keep feeding those that come to us for help. But we are seeing an uptick in those coming off the street, Pete, which is good. That's it's a way that they need to get off the street and be safe.
Well, that's where I know you guys want to get them. You've got your short-term center and you've got your long-term center, and you really want to get people into that long-term facility to get them more than just a roof over their heads and get them back on track in life when it comes to their faith, when it comes to their well-being, mentally, physically, all those kinds of things. So can this, you hate to say this record-setting heat could be an opportunity, but it really seems like it can be, because getting people in that front door is the first step to hopefully getting them into that long-term facility.
Yes. We're seeing people making a hard choice to step off and get off the street and come into our shelters, and we're actually seeing many men and women staying longer because of the heat. And when they stay longer, they're going to be able to hear more about the opportunities and the system of care that we have that can help people get back on their feet, get back to work, and get back into a home for their next chapter of their life.
So, Terry, we had the opportunity of visiting the other day, and I hadn't been to the mission in probably 4 to 5, it might have been 5 years last time I was up there, but just getting a refresher on all the great things that you guys are doing, the success stories that City Union Mission sees every single day. And you guys, sad to say, catch some flack around town. And it's completely unfair. It's completely unreasonable. But your vision on homeless individuals, getting them back up and running and living full lives to their fullest potential, the path to me is the most important thing that you guys bring to the table. It's not just about putting a roof over somebody's head. It's about so much more. Remind people the order that you think is most important in terms of building back people up from the streets to having their own life and their own future and their own job and everything else.
Well, we really kind of focus in on what really should a good life look like, not what a life should be for them, but we want to help partner with them to go, what are your goals? How can we help you? And the reality is, once people come off the street and they go into our long-term programs, they start to discover who they really are and what they want to do with their life. And they figure out, I don't want to be on the streets. I don't want to be living in a tent. You met an individual the other day that was out on the street for 5 years. He's now passed his CDL license. We've got guys that are getting their forklift certification. We've got women coming through our programs that are, starting their upholstery business. And some of them are, one lady, she was sleeping under a bridge, and it took, a couple opportunities for her to come in, and she's graduated. And Pete, right now, she's in the medical field. And she's starting a whole new life. And we're seeing more of this transformation coming in. But it takes hard work. And, that's what we love to do, Pete, is that we love to be in the space of people who are at their worst moment in life. We just love to share the light of Christ into people's lives and let them know that faith plus hard work and growing and addressing those trauma issues that have caused them to have mental health. And so we're just, it's one person at a time, and that's what we're seeing. If they go through this, our long-term recovery programs, in the end, we do see significant growth. And in fact, many of our graduates, Pete, that have gone through our programs, 6 months out, they're still clean and sober. They have a scholarship car, and they're still in their job. This is significant that we can give back to the community of Kansas City, is getting people productive and turning their life around. But it's hard work, and you got to be called to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Terry, you guys are celebrating 99 years next month. I know you're basically full, but just take a minute out here and tell us what that celebration is going to be about, and if people still can and want to get involved, what can they do?
Well, we're going to turn 99 in September, and that's just coming around the corner. And that's just phenomenal about the generosity of Kansas City's community to be able to help us continue to shine that light in people's darkest moment. And this is a birthday celebration. And we want people to be able to say, hey, help us celebrate 99 years of providing health and recovery and homes for people. We'd love for everybody to go to our website at cityunionmission.org. There they can provide a financial gift, or even just be able to materially give water bottles, canned vegetables, sun lotion, all of those things that we still need on a day-to-day basis. And so it's just based upon the generosity of the Kansas City community that we can keep our doors open.
Well, Terry, keep up the great work. Terry Megli, CEO, City Union Mission here in town. I really appreciate all that you're doing, Terry. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Pete.
You bet. Terry Megli, great to have him on the show. Outstanding people. I mean, this time of year, when you got a week of 100-degree temperatures, it's just like when it's 0 degrees. Not just like, but it can be in terms of seeing an increase in traffic and hopefully getting people off the streets and getting them heading in the right direction. And that's what they do every single day. And, yeah, the stories, he mentioned the guy that I met the other day there that getting a CDL and going to be heading out on the streets and driving around town and getting a job 18 months after being homeless for the better part of 5 years, getting his dentures in and everything else. So it's exciting times for these folks, and none do it better than City Union Mission here in town.